Hey, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to crack open this really cool technique called the memory palace. It's designed to literally lock new words into your brain so they stay there for good. How can you learn new words just by using your imagination? Well, forget about those boring old lists and flashcards. We're about to dive into a method that turns vocabulary into this unforgettable and honestly kind of ridiculous journey through a house that you build completely inside your own mind. So let's take a tour of a memory palace, shall we? We're going to walk through a house that's, well, it's totally imaginary. And here's the secret sauce. We're going to use wild, noisy, super colorful images to make French words stick. Trust me, the more absurd it is, the better it works. You ready? All right, first stop on our journey, the bedroom. Okay, let's dive right in. We're opening this big, heavy door and stepping into the first room, la chambre. And how do you know you're in the right place? Because there's a classical chamber orchestra just playing away quietly in the corner. See the connection? Okay, now look over there. See that chair? That's la chaise. But it's not just sitting there. Oh no, it's literally running for its life around the room, being chased by this huge, goofy cartoon cat. Can you see it? Okay, now let's check out the bed. You see that big, fluffy duvet? That's la couette. And if you lift it up just a little, someone's built a secret fort under there, and they're being super, super quiet. Over on the dresser, there's a comb, le pain. But get this, look at the teeth on that thing. They are so incredibly sharp. Just imagine trying to use it. It would cause a ton of pain. And now, look towards the window. Someone's holding a bed sheet, le drap, right out the window. They're just holding it there for a second, and then whoosh, they just let it drop. All right, let's be brave. Go ahead and open the wardrobe. That's l'armoire. And inside, just standing there, completely still and silent, is a medieval knight in a full suit of shining armor. Okay, this next one is kind of funny. You see the pillow? That's l'oreiller. So you go to lie down, you put your head on it, and the moment you do, it shouts right in your ear, "Oh, really?" So you walk over to the mirror, le miroir, to, check your hair. But when you look, it's not your face looking back. Your reflection just lets out this huge, terrifying roar. And check this out over here. You see this huge hairbrush, la brosse à cheveux? And who's using it? Your really grumpy boss, just brushing away at someone's hair. Weird, right? Now, the bedside lamp, la lampe, it looks pretty normal at first glance, but look closer. Instead of a light bulb, the light is coming from this big, glowing lump of dough. And last thing in this room, look at the walls. See the posters? Les posters. But they're not pictures of bands or movies. Nope, they are actual, living postmen, taped to the wall, and they're waving at you. Okay, let's get out of here. All right, on to our next journey, the hallway. Let's head out of that crazy bedroom and move on to the next spot. We're now heading down to the main entry hall, or l'entrée. Makes sense, right? It's the main entry point to the house. Okay, in the hallway, you feel this vibration. It's coming from the radiator, le radiateur. But it's not putting out any heat. Instead, it's radiating these loud, colorful musical notes that are just filling up the whole room. You see a newspaper on the floor, le journal. But as you get closer, you hear a voice, and you realize it's not a newspaper. It's someone's personal journal, and it's reading its own secrets out loud for anyone to hear. Over there on that little table, la table, there's just one huge book sitting there, and it's open to a page from Aesop's Fables. It's you guessed it, a fable table. You see a pile of mail by the door, les lettres. You go to pick it up, expecting bills or something, but the envelopes are all wet and soggy. You open one up, and it's just stuffed with green lettuce leaves. So you glance back at the stairs you just walked down, l'escalier, and all of a sudden, they start moving. They just morph into this fast, mechanical escalator that's just whizzing upwards. Okay, now the coat rack, les porte-manteaux. This one's a bit of a stretch, but stick with me. It's not just for coats. It's a magical portal just for men. And look at the base. It has giant toes. So it's a portal manteau. Got it? The phone starts ringing. It's one of those old rotary phones. Le téléphone.
So you pick it up, and the voice on the other end is this super high-pitched, totally phony voice trying to sell you something. You just hang up.
All right, your mental walkthrough. You've made the whole journey. So let's see what actually stuck in your brain. The goal now is to just walk back through that house, all in your mind. Let's do a quick review. Go on, close your eyes if you want. Try it right now. Walk back into that bedroom. Can you see the night in the armoire? Can you hear that shouting or rillier? Feel the music radiating from the radiator? See that coat rack that's a portmanteau? It's wild, right? But you'll find that the crazier the image, the easier it is to remember. So what are you going to build in your memory palace? Because this technique, it's not just for French vocabulary, you know? It really just shows how a little bit of structured imagination can make learning pretty much anything totally unforgettable. So the real question is, what ridiculous journey are you going to create next?